everyone. Welcome back. It's Catherine here from the OET. I hope you are having a wonderful week wherever you are in the world. Now we are back for another mini lesson, and today's session is our draw and talk. So this is where we draw some themed pictures, and we have a theme every single month, and then we talk about what it is we're drawing. So you can learn English whilst you draw with me. Now this month's theme is, it's spring. Spring is one of my favorite seasons. What about you? I love spring when everything comes back to life again and there's so much color all around. This is why I picked this dress to wear for this video. Can you see it's full of beautiful flowers? Would you like a sneak peek of what you're going to draw today? Oh, I don't want to give too much away. Make sure you stay tuned because I'm going to go through step by step how to draw some beautiful flowers that we find here in England, a beautiful tree, and a couple of creatures as well. So stay tuned, grab your paper, crayons, pens, whatever it is you want to come along and draw with, and let's get ready to draw a beautiful spring themed picture. Okay, everyone, I have my paper and lots of colorful crayons and pens to draw with today. So we're drawing our first spring themed picture today. What do you think of when you think of spring? I think of beautiful flowers, the trees in bloom and full of leaves, lots of insects and animals having their babies in spring. Spring makes me think of new life. So we are making a picture today full of new life. So I have already drawn an outline in pencil for us to follow. But to make it easier for you to see, I'm going to use my pens to draw over them. Now, the first thing I'm going to draw is an outline of a tree to create a blossom tree. So I'm going to use a brown pen as my outline so that hopefully it's easier for you to see on the screen. So I'm going to start about in the middle on the right-hand side of my page. I'm just going to draw a very rough line, the outline of my tree trunk. So the base of the tree, the long brown part, is called a trunk in English. And we'll add some details here for our tree, and we'll color that in at the end. Okay, here is our trunk. Next, what comes off the top of our tree trunk? These are called branches. So I'm just going to draw a few straggly branches and a few thick branches coming off of the trunk of my tree. And again, it doesn't have to be neat or perfectly formed. When you look at a tree, it's almost everything's intertwining and it can be quite chaotic. But everything works together beautifully. So just think, it might look a bit chaotic now, but once you've finished, it's going to look incredible. What else can you think of that grows on a tree? We have flowers and leaves too. There are lots of beautiful different types of trees here in England. We have sycamore trees, we have oak trees, they are our most common trees, and my favorite are blossom trees. Do you have blossom growing where you live? I love blossom. It's just so beautiful and it definitely makes me think of spring. So we are actually going to create a beautiful blossom tree. So I'm going to leave my brown here for a moment And I'm going to refocus on this. Now, I don't know if you can see the outline, but can you guess what animal we might be drawing for spring? I'm going to start with an oval shape for its head and just leave a small gap. I'm going to draw an open oval for an ear and a second open oval for a second ear. Have you figured out what animal we're drawing? I'm going to draw a line down that curls around like so. A short line, leave a gap, and then carry on till you join onto the first section. Another oval and a final oval here. And of course, we need a bushy tail. Can you guess? What is it? It's a rabbit or a bunny. We see lots of rabbits and bunnies here in England in spring. Okay, I'm going to put my brown outline away. Let's focus on these flowers here. Now I'm going to start with a dark green. Flowers don't have trunks. They have thin green stems. I'm going to start in the middle. I'm just going to draw a line going down, and it will be thin at the top, and then it gets a little bit wider or thicker at the bottom. I'm going to draw a curved line coming in, the original line, and this will be our second flower. And over here on the left, another line going all the way down. And of course, we're following along with our next line. So I have 1, 2, 3 stems on my flowers. Now at the top of the stem, we have a leafy part here. So I'm just going to draw these rough outlines of leaves, and these are going to be at the base of our flower. A flower that blooms in spring. Now these flowers are available in England. You can grow them in your garden, and they grow in many different beautiful colors. So I'm going to choose red as one of my flowers. These flowers are called tulips. When we've drawn them, take a look. Have you seen these before? Here's one tulip. I think my next flower is going to be blue. So a line going down, make sure there's a slight curve and a point on either side. Join it to your green, and we go down, up, down, up, and then draw 2 hills at the back. I have 2 tulips. I think my third tulip is going to be orange. So our curved line down, joining the green base, and another curved line down, then down, up, down, and 2 hills behind. Oh, it looks like my orange is running out. There we go. Beautiful. It's really looking like spring in our picture. We have a blossom tree, a bunny rabbit, and 3 tulips. Over here, I have another classic British flower. This is a daffodil. Daffodils can come in whites, yellows, and oranges. I'm going to choose a yellow because we will have our pinky purple blossom we have red, blue, and orange flowers. So I think yellow will look beautiful next to everything else. Now I'm going to start with the trumpet in the middle. So what I want you to do is start at the base, go up, loop around, back down. And at the bottom, we're going to do a wiggly circle. And this is our trumpet shape that's inside a daffodil. On the outside, we have these beautiful pointed petals. So a flower has petals, and each small petal makes up the flower. And just like our other flowers, daffodils also have leaves. They have a stem. They grow from a bulb, which is round, that plants in the ground under the soil, and then the shoots come up from the bulb. Now my daffodil has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big front petals, and I'm going to fill the space between each petal with a small petal at the back. So these are rounded triangles that we are drawing at the back here. And there is the outline of our daffodil flower. Of course, we want to add the stem. So I have another green color, a different shade of green. This green is light green. Before, I used dark green. Here is my light green and my dark green. So now we have lots of colors on our picture. Next, I think I'm going to work over here. Now, I don't know if you can see, but I have drawn a very cute insect. This insect is black and yellow, and it buzzes. Buzz. Can you guess what it could be? We need to draw an oval. Now, I've drawn mine quite big so that we can see it on the picture. We then need to draw 2 lines to create sections inside our bee. We want to create some oval shapes for the wings. There we are. And then I'm going to use my black. Now I don't have a thin black, so I'm hoping my Sharpie won't be too thick. We're going to add some small legs, the dot for the eye, and a little mouth, some antennae, and I'm just going to do some wiggles inside the wings, just to add some detail. And my favorite part, the bee's buzzy trail. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Do you have bees where you live? Bees are very important. They help to spread the nectar and the pollen from one flower to another so that we have more flowers. And they take and collect the nectar and take it to the beehive for all the bees to store and eat. Now our final area is over here. In England, we have beautiful flowers called bluebells. Now I'm going to draw them in a dark blue outline. But bluebells can also be Spanish bluebells. So our traditional English bluebells are a bluey purple color. But Spanish bluebells can be blues, purples, pinks. They are stunning. You may not see yet, but bluebells have this bell shape, hence the name. Now, before we use our blue, we actually want to draw our stem. I think I'm going to pick the dark green as a nice contrasting color with the blue. So over onto the left, I'm going to draw a big long line in green. And I'm going to draw a line next to it. We don't want it to be too thick. And over here, I'm going to draw sections. So I've got one section and there's going to be a bell. And then a second section of lines where there'll be another bell. So I'm leaving a gap because I'm drawing in pen. But if you're drawing in pencil, you can draw across and then just rub out. And then at the top, I'm just going to finish it off. And you'll see a surprise over here. Now, for the bell shape, with each section, you want to come down slightly away from the leaf or the stem, and you want to draw a bell. So we go round and back up, and we do a loop at the bottom for a bell. And we want to do many of these. Bluebells have a long, tall stem that's thin. And then they have these beautiful bells hanging off the top. And there can be many bells on just one bluebell plant. So let me move my hand for a moment so you can see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to keep drawing until we get to the base on the left-hand side. Here we are. What color are you choosing to draw your bluebells in? Are you choosing blue as well? Remember, you could choose blue, pinks, or even purples. There we are. Here's one bluebell plant. Now remember I said I had made some really big bluebells. So these are closer together over here. Sorry everyone if you could hear my dog. She's very naughty and noisy. Okay, so we're going to make a big bluebell over here. I'm just drawing my lines, coming round at the bottom, and a big round loop going over the top. And I have a second bluebell here. Draw a line down, round, and loop across, like so. Don't they look beautiful? And we will color them in and add some details in a moment. But I'm going to return to my green again, because our bluebells are not attached to our stem. So we're just going to draw these small looping lines to attach our bluebells to the stem. So they're almost hanging down like so. Don't they look beautiful? There we go. Okay, our final creature or surprise in our picture is over here. We not only have bees that return again in spring, but butterflies come back too, which we love. So I am going to draw a beautiful butterfly. So first we want to start with the base, and my butterfly is going to be looking at my bluebell. So next to my bluebell, I'm going to draw this loop, small loop for the butterfly's body. Then I'm going to create a wing. So we want the line to go up, loop round, and then don't quite join to the body, leave a gap. And then at the bottom, we want to join that first top wing, the second wing to the body. And my orange is running out, so I hope you can see that. Then we want to create a second wing at the back. And I'm just going to go over that in another color. I might try my orange crayon. See if you can see with the crayon instead. So we're going to loop this round behind the first wing, like so. Then, of course, we want our antennae as well. So 2 small lines off the butterfly's head and its little legs because it has landed on our bluebell. Now, just to add a bit of colour to our picture, I have drawn some long grass and leaves to surround our beautiful picture. So I'm going to use my 2 shades of green, and we are going to make these giant leaves. So you can choose how you'd like to draw them. I'm going to have those leaves here. I think I might draw in this green for some small leaves at the top as well. And these are just falling down. Here we are on the page. And I might do some long grass. So just like we've done the stems, the long grass just goes across the page to add some detail to our picture. And then I'm going to use my dark green again as that nice contrast. I'm going to do some crossing over grass on the right-hand side. This just helps to fill out any empty space in our picture. Here we are. And some long grass here. I've got a bit of space over here. So look at your picture and where is there some empty space? Could you add anything? Maybe you could add some more bees or butterflies. Maybe another rabbit you'd like to do. And don't forget, every single month, at the beginning of the month, is our draw and talk session. And this being, it's coming up to March, is our spring session. But next month for April, we will be looking at Easter. So we will have lots of fun drawing some Easter themed pictures. Have a think, what kind of Easter pictures do you think we could draw? I'm just adding a bit of grass here, the base of our tree and the base of our flowers. I'm just doing some squiggly lines for that. And there we are. Here is our outlines. So now we just need to add some detail and colour in. But before we do that, I just want to show you how I am tackling Blossom. Now, I'm not an artist, as you can tell, but I really can't draw blossom petals, sorry. They are just beautiful and so delicate and difficult to draw. So instead, if you are like me and quite fancy tackling drawing the blossom, I have a trick for you. I have a paint pad. If you don't have a pad, you can use some paint and a paintbrush. And I'm just going to get my little finger and I'm just going to dab it onto the pad like so. So I have some really nice purple, light and dark purple. And that colour is now on my finger. And I'm just going to dab this all over my picture. And can you see, this is so effective for making blossom. You will have to do this several times to fill your tree. And don't worry if you go over the brown branches, because that happens when the flowers come into bloom. They will bloom over the branches. So we have our light purple. Going to mix this in here. There we are. And we have our dark purple too. So I'm going to do some that are together, so they're mixed, and some that are just the dark shade or the light shade. Maybe we'll have a couple that are just falling down here. And there we are, our blossom tree. So the next job, everybody, is to colour in. Have a go at colouring, and then we'll come back and share our finished pictures. And here we are. Here is our finished nature picture for spring. We have a daffodil, tulip, a bunny rabbit, a blossom tree, a bumblebee, bluebells, and a butterfly. Whoa! We made a blossom tree, a bunny rabbit, tulip, a daffodil, bluebells, a butterfly, and a bee. Are you impressed with your picture? I can't wait to see what you have made. Is it as colourful as mine? Oh, I can't decide which part is my favourite. I just love it all. It reminds me so much of spring. It's got so many colours. Oh, I can't wait to go out and explore all of these beautiful spring flowers. Maybe I might even see a rabbit too. Do any of these flowers grow where you live as well? Do you get to see blossom trees too? I hope you do. But if you don't, make sure to stay tuned and join our Facebook group, Kids Love to Learn English, because for the month of spring, we have a surprise. We are going to take you on a virtual tour from where I live so that you can see some of these incredible spring flowers and trees for yourself. Isn't that exciting? So join our Facebook group, Kids Love to Learn English, and make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that if you can't, for any reason, access Facebook where you live in the world, you can still access our pre-recorded videos and our mini lessons in our YouTube channel, The Online ESL Teacher. I had so much fun drawing with you today with our spring-themed pictures. I can't wait to see yours. Please do share them in our Facebook group or in the comments below. We would love to see them. But for now, it is goodbye from me, Catherine, and the whole team here at the OET. We will see you very soon for our next mini lesson. Goodbye.